Hey everyone, this is Adris. I am from the World of Warcraft Burning Crusade server, US West server Rattlegore. Um, it is not doing well. Not very many players on it. All the players that are currently playing at level 70, which is maybe 50 per week, at least on the Alliance side. There's maybe some Horde left still kicking, but for the most part, there's nobody here. And that's why I'm showing you this video. I've been doing this farm as the server has slowly died because I realized it had some potential. It was different. It has a lot of convenient pluses to it that you don't get with Stratholme, even though something like Stratholme or Lower Blackrock Spire farms may be more lucrative. This is just kind of nice. It's fun. It makes you feel pretty strong. And it's on Outlands mobs, right? So one really big plus is you can get enchantments, world drops, designs for jewel crafting. You might get lucky. You might make the big gold off of one of those very lucrative items. But where am I? I am at the Ruins of Baa'ri, and that is, if you are not aware, in Shadowmoon Valley. It's involved in the Black Temple quest chain, and it's part of the Shatar quests as well. I think you have to start out here. I forget exactly what you kill a certain number of warriors, whatever, and you go on and find a comma and all that jazz. But let's look quick at the build that I use. It's just a standard Prot build. I do nothing special. This is just what I tank with. I go for as much avoidance as possible, so you see parry and defense. I go for Reckoning because I find that very useful for mana regen and stuff. But yeah, pretty much your run-of-the-mill Prot, not optimized for threat by getting Sankora or anything. But I like the build. I use it for everything, tanking, raids to farming. So that's what you got. You could make just about any viable Prot build and you'd be fine. Gear, I go for as much block, parry, dodge, and miss, and as much spell damage as possible. So that's key for almost every Prot farm. I end up being like 87% total mitigation. I won't go through the individual items. I might provide a link, but this is it. Yeah, as much block as you can, because that's the easiest to get. And then I've got Wrath of Cenarius and of course Figurine of the Colossus. So let's get into it. I start up here on the northeastern side. This is the Alder flight path area. You see those little griffins right there. This is where I start, and I will finish just right down here, kind of by that lava, that green lava over there. But let's get into it. So start, and I mostly just take one really big lap around these ruins as I skirt the outside. So I tend to go this way. I just kind of evolved to doing this. I don't really know what the best way of doing it is. I've attempted a lot, but it does not escape me that there's a lot more ways that this could be done, and that there are going to be people who, if they try this, will improve upon it. That's just the way things work. So I'm showing you this. I'm doing it the way I like to, and I've practiced this enough times that I'm fairly confident I can do this and not die any given pull. It has not always been the case. I have died many times doing this pull, and I started off by having it be, like a third as many mobs, like no kidding, 40, 50 mobs. Thought that, it was like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, but it doesn't really have a lot of potential because, frankly, yeah, 30 to 40 mobs is not many. Oh, and I just lost some. See, that will happen. Maybe that's good that it happened in this video, but these mobs are running away because I did not use Consecration. They got too far, right? And I did not use Consecration in a spot where they were able to reach it while they were coming, and so I paid the price. I lost a few mobs that I won't be able to get back because I won't run past them again. At this point, I use a figurine of the Colossus. It's kind of a nice near midway point. Get a lot of health back. I lost a lot of it as I turned, I realized. Not too big of a deal. I'll use a Mad Alchemist potion, which I use because I'm an alchemist. I love alchemy. It's good for any mana user, and pally tanks, it's kind of nice. A lot of threat when you use your potion. It's nice. It's solid. But you know, I could probably do. I have done this without potions before. It isn't super easy. I recommend if you're starting out and trying this that you use potions. Definitely easier with them than without. And while you're learning, you definitely will, you know, be helpful, and it's pretty cheap. Yeah, using a potion, especially if it's a couple Ragveil, is you know, kind of a no-brainer to me. So I'm gonna bubble here, pull a couple more guys. Oh, I jumped instead of using Holy Light. I mostly do this because it's a kind of a change in direction. I probably didn't need it there. You know, probably was fine, had enough health and mana, etc. But you know, I'm accustomed to it, and a lot of times I'm doing worse there, and a lot of times I don't need it. But since it's a change in direction, I kind of get hit by a lot of mobs as I do the turn, and so I end up just using it for safety as well. I'm kind of pulling as much guys as I can. You'll notice I'm wrapping around in these ruins pretty much everywhere. I tried to keep them all on consecrate, make sure that they all follow the whole way. You know, as you saw earlier, losing some mobs, you can lose a large number of them, and it will ruin your farm. You'll be sad because you'll lose, you know, good chunk of gold. Okay, I put a consecration, got lucky, kind of put a consecration up there at the top corner, so that means all of the mobs that come around that corner need to touch it. I'm going to put another one here after kind of zigzagging down here. They have to come down that hill, and if you don't zigzag, a lot of times they'll stay up on that ledge, and they won't come down. You'll be sad because they'll all evade. Okay, so I'm down at the bottom. I'm under 30% health. I'm gonna pop figurine here. Might as well, just did, and kind of take him. Obviously this is the kill phase. I tend to do it in this little crack, this little crevice here. Sometimes you get bounced back and then they evade. Has only happened twice to me. What's more common is that some of them will run up the hill and then die, and you might not be able to loot their bodies because they'll be like right up here on this kind of outcropping. So I might come out to kind of greet them as they run back at me, like this. Pop a consecration, stand on it so that they all die, kind of away from the wall. And then I'll kind of run back in because it's scary seeing this many guys come at me. They do run. It's one of the reasons I like to end this pull here. You know, if they pull, oh, there's a green. That's good news. If they end up pulling and oh shoot, all this was from earlier. Okay, so we got a Grand Bread, got a cape. I'm gonna just throw this away because that's dumb. It doesn't really give me much. I'll loot the rest here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Head 8 stacks -3, and 8 and 7 -3 netherweave. So we'll count. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna just go sell that netherweave because frankly, I'm leaving the server soon. I don't have any characters to mail to. Not a big deal to me. I've got enough gold. Since I'm doing this video, that's the point. I'll go sell all that crap in a moment, or maybe just dump it. I don't know. It's not gonna be. Yep. Say I got inventory full. That was kind of stupid of me. But that's one of the perks. These guys will be here for a couple minutes after dying, and I am right by Alder, the Alder flight path. So I'll come over here. Ends up being a little guy that you can repair at right here. I'll quick come here, repair, sell trash. I will sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, I've already got quite a bit of nether weave going already. So you know what? I'm actually going to sell some of these imbued vials because, frankly, I can buy them back in a little bit. But I'll quick come back. No Horde or Alliance really here to worry about. Mobs are respawning. They are hyper spawn, so some of them will come back, and oftentimes it's the one that is at the bottom of the hill, and he'll fight you while you're looting. He's a pushover though, so don't worry. Just kind of going quick, trying to loot all this. Got speedy auto loot, so the add-ons, so the dialogue box for looting doesn't pop up. If I'm shift clicking, here comes one of them. I'm not gonna worry too much about him. He won't do more than 1,000 health over the course of me looting everything. So, you know, it's just one of those things you gotta deal with sometimes. Yeah. So in terms of total mob count, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. These things aren't looting super great. It might be because this guy is hitting me. Not sure. Some of them are disappearing. I hope I looted them all. But in terms of total mob count, I'll use recount to kind of show. 700 was that that time? Oh, 703,000. Right. I did it a few times. Before I did 789,000. While prepping for this video, and this, was 703,000. If it was 720, they're about 6,000 health in total and average mob. So, that's gonna be something like, if it was 720,000 total damage, that would be 120 mobs. I have seen in one pull I've gotten over to 920,000 when I kind of go into all the nooks and crannies to try to pull as many as I can. I didn't really want to do that for this video because it's hard and it's risky. But trying to push the limits of it, I have done 900k, which is closer to 150 mobs. So at any rate, I sold a bunch of nether weave that was in my bags, and now we've got some other stuff that I ended up getting in place of it. You'll notice I had sold all my trash kind of as I came over here the first time. I'm going to sell it again here. Get a decent amount of gold from that for extra. But the nice thing is I've got a few greens. I got 4 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one I already had. It's from a guildmate because we're going to get ready for Black Temple soon, and Shadow Protection is nice for that. So I got a greater planer, that's decent money. I'm disappointed it wasn't 2, but I'll take it. 4 arcane dust, very nice. This should be 1 or 2 greater planers. 1, bummer. And then I will get this Cloak of the Beast here, and 2 arcane dust. So yeah, good number of greens. That pull only takes 5-6 minutes. See. Message of the day is free transfers are live. I am one of the last remainders on Rattlegore. With some of the other stuff that you get very frequently from here are super mana potions, super healing potions. Like I said, lots of nether weave. There's only 3 of this that wasn't in my inventory before, so we're looking at the majority of 4.5, 5 stacks. I have seen as much as 6.5 in one pull. You get some drinks, and you get quite a few scrolls. I'd say probably on average 2 to 4 per run. But there's some of them sell for quite a bit. On this server, I would not trust any of my TSM prices, but I know on some of the bigger servers, doing some research, they probably sell for 4 or 5 gold, and probably more at raid time. So it was a meager, probably 10-15 gold, and picking up gold off bodies, and then selling the grays, and then you get another 20 or so gold from scrolls. You get a few gold from mana potions, and of course I got 2 greater planers, and what was it, 6 to 10 arcane dust. So I mean, it's really not shabby. It's a good farm. The pull itself takes 6 to 8 minutes if you add looting in. You can probably go faster if you're better than I am. The other thing is, it's in Shadowmoon Valley, so if you're an herbalist or if you're a miner, you can do stuff around. Or while you wait, a lot of times my favorite thing to do is fly from the Ruins of Baa'ri over to the southern side of Black Temple, where you've got a whole bunch of blood elves, and collect the blood elves. Run them all the way down, try to collect 30 or 40 to 50 of them if you can, and kill them all at the base. Actually, one thing I did for a little while for some guildies, one day, I only tried it one day, and it worked pretty well, was Warlock summon some guildmates up to this area, and they would run back and forth at level like 30 or 40 between these 2 spots, right at the base of Baa'ri, right behind the wall that's there. I'll quick get a shot of that. There's this big wall that comes down here. They would sit right there. I could boost them. I'd collect everybody, kill them all right at my kill zone at the bottom, and then they'd run over here as I went and flew up to the top to collect more blood elves. They'd come down, sit in this corner, and I'd end up killing the blood elves right here at this little set of boxes. So you can boost people. It was it was a full party, so 4 others. Highest member was maybe 40, and they were getting, I want to say unrested experience. It was probably, 40 to 50k per round, and that maybe takes 15 minutes. So it's a really decent boost. And while you're farming, you just stick it on free for all, or if they're higher level, you can have them help you loot. And the boost would work all the way up to 70. It wouldn't be as fast as some things, but if you've got friends that want to pay you for a boost, or guildies that you're just gonna farm anyhow and they want to AFK and get some gold or get some experience, it works great for that. Really fun. And yeah, obviously don't have to fly all the way to Light's Hope Chapel from Ironforge or Undercity. You can just take a flight path over here, or fly directly here from Shatrath. And just start rolling right away. Super convenient, not a lot of overhead to start, and not a lot of overhead per run. In Stratholme, I probably have to empty my bags every 2 or 2.5, 3 runs, and it's just kind of miserable, because you got to run so far, and you're slow, a little mount, and at least this way you've got a fast mount to kind of fly between here and for 15 seconds to a place that you can repair and sell, and for Alder. And the Scryer, it's not really that bad either. Like, it's maybe half as far to Alder, but when you're talking about 15 seconds, it's only like 25-30 seconds to Scryer, so ends up being a really good alternative. Anyhow, I'm kind of fidgety, and I think that's a good sign that I'm getting too nervous to keep going, but I hope you appreciated the video. I certainly like the farm, and I hope you did too. More potential than that. It's scalable. You can make it what you want. You can do half of what I did, or a third, or whatever, based on how much gear you've got. It's pretty great. But open world, so you might get ganked. So stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.